Good morning, children. Chapter 4, Evaluation of Communication. Evaluation of Communication Revision. So, every living being communicates with one another. When we share or exchange information, ideas or feelings with others, we are communicating with them. So dear children, as I explained to you in the class, of course, once we are born, we need to converse with each other. We need people. We need our neighbors. So therefore, once we start living, we need to have a converse with each other. In order to have a good relationship, in order to have good friend circle, so in order to exchange our feelings, so we need to have a good communication. So therefore, communication is very important in our day-to-day life. So as lesson explains, of course, every living being communicates with one another. When we share or exchange information, ideas or feelings with others, we are communicating with them. So of course, when we share with others, when we exchange our feelings with others, so we too feel very happy and like relaxed, so that we have a very good relationship with the others. And by talking or by sharing each other, even we get more information or even the ideas from each other. So today we have different means of communication to keep in touch with our friends and relatives. So today we have different types of communication: to be with the people, to express my feelings. So communicating through conversation is the main way of expressing my ideas or opinions or even feelings. Of course, we have different types of communication. So, but earlier times what had happened, so human beings, they were not yet developed. So they lived in such a situation where they knew nothing. So therefore, even they had less of talking. They didn't know how to talk, which language to talk. So these people used to have or exchange the signs or the symbols in order to communicate. So but what happened? They could not express what is their feelings, their ideas. Only the basic things they could do with the exchanging of the signals or the symbols. But thank God, so later on, because of the superior intelligence of a man, so man developed different ways to communicate, like language and writing. So we have to hats up to a human intelligence, where man could develop different ways of talking. So today you think of the languages, the number of languages we speak in India, all over the world. So whom to thank for this? So we need to thank for a man, one who developed this language system. So therefore today, because of this intelligence of people or a man, today we can enjoy while talking, conversing with each other, exchanging our feelings, sharing good ideas or information with each other. So expressing our love towards our loved ones. So that is what today the communication has become. So very important. How we communicate is very important. Talking is not a difficult, but how do I talk? How do I express my feelings? Whether my talking is very harsh, whether it is very rough, or it is what you call cutting of the relation. No, when I converse with someone, you should be friendly, you should be loving or touching, so the other person should feel okay. Talking to him is nothing is waste, something is gaining. So that is what, dear children. So next, early human used signs and symbols to communicate as they had not developed a language. So because of superior intelligence, man developed different ways to communicate, like language and writing. So this is what, dear children, today you and me are enjoying the gift of languages. So next we have the modern means of communication has changed the world. We can categorize the communication into two groups. One is personal communication, the other one is mass communication. The personal communication, the other one is mass communication. The personal communication is communication with another person. We need to communicate with our friends, colleagues and relatives to share ideas, send information and learn things. So personal communication is communication with other person. So we need to communicate with our friends, colleagues and relatives to share ideas, send information and learn the things. So we need to communicate with our friends. So there are many ways by which we can do so. So that is the first one is letter. So this is the most commonly used means of communication. This is the most commonly used means of communication where we can once more we can express or share feelings or the information. So we can send letters, postcards through the post office. Nowadays there are many courier agencies which deliver letters. So next we have telephone. Next we have telephone. If you want to talk to our relatives living nearby or in another city. So now need not to explain much about telephone because nowadays it has become a basic need of each and every man. So we have telephone. Of course, earlier days we had a telephone somewhere in a house, one or two houses, or in a cities and all. We could go and call for a booth call and all. So, but now what happened, because of the mobile, everyone has got, almost everyone have been using the mobile. So you know what is the use of the using the mobile. So of course when we want to talk to people, those are nearby, even far away from us, so easily we can converse through the telephone. Today days we can say through the mobiles we can converse with the people whether they are nearby or far away from us. So we can talk. Nowadays we can make video calls also, so where we can talk very easily and express our feelings, and we can see each other and talk. So who invented the telephone? Who invented the telephone? The Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone in year 1876. Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone in 1876. So next we have fax, facsimile. We can send a copy of a handwritten or printed document or even pictures through fax. Of course, children, in those days it was very much necessary. It was necessary for people. So of course now we have got much developed technology, so we are not making use of this fax system now, but whereas earlier days we were using very much this fax system. So next we have email. Email message can be sent instantly through. So this is email. Of course Each and every one of you having mobile in your hands, you know what is email, what can be sent, what are the information can we get through the mobiles or the emails, how it is made use. So this is a email or called electronic mail. By using the electricity we make use of this computer. So it has a receiver in a very short time in any corner of the world. Instead of a phone number, one has to have an email address of both the recipient and the sender. So that is what we can do by sending the emails.